Yeah, so there's lots of great things to do here as a Broadway fan. I am a big fan of Playbill, and I know they have a stand on the show floor. I haven't been to it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. And I just got out of the Beetlejuice panel. They did a Beetlejuice on Broadway panel.
Okay.
And that's a show that I've seen, so to get to sit in on that conversation with the actors and the creators, that was...
So Arcade is more about vintage stuff, and that movie is 80s. So
Yeah.
can you talk about it, but with that sense? Can you add that to what you're... I want to hear about like how that affected what you're talking about. Can you bring that in
Like
a
the
little
movie?
bit? Yeah.
I could talk a little bit about... Because I saw the movie shortly before I saw the musical because I wanted to watch that. I hadn't seen it before.
Okay.
So I wanted to watch the movie first, and I really enjoyed it, classic Tim Burton film.
Yeah.
And then seeing the musical and seeing the changes that they made and all the things that they added, and I thought that was really cool. I'm a big fan of the show. I love the music and the actors in it as well. Big fan of Alex Brightman, who plays Beetlejuice. Yeah.
Okay. How does it feel? Is there any correlation for you between how the original movie feels and this play feels in terms of time frame or feeling or you know what I'm getting at?
Yeah, so I mean, one big thing that they talked about actually in the panel is that the movie is sort of focused on the Maitlands and the other family that kind of moves into the house.
Okay.
And the musical kind of focuses more on Beetlejuice as a character and also Lydia as a character and their relationship.
It's a pretty fucked up relationship to be discussed. Like, he's an old man.
No, yeah.
It's the same thing whenever everyone's like, I love Labyrinth. I'm like, it's about David Bowie going after a 14-year-old. Come on. I'm sorry. It's beautiful, but can we acknowledge, and with a giant like ballet thing, which isn't appropriate. It's not right. But but it was different times, but it wasn't that different.
Yeah, I know. One big thing that Alex Brightman actually spoke about in the panel is that he talked about how Michael Keaton's performance in the movie, you only see a few minutes of him, and he's very kind of pervy. But in the musical, Beetlejuice is a little bit more human in a way because he's just this really lonely guy, and he's a little bit more relatable. So, I'm pretty much a freak of musicals, and I know, I know that the thing is, whatever bad the character is, if they don't get redeemed in some way, if they learn something, it's no one wants to hear about it. Yeah.
And I feel like you have to put that in, but it's not a hard thing to add. Were you a big fan of the original Chucky film?
Oh yes, yeah. I've been a fan of Chucky since I was in college, so like a few years ago. And I watched all the original movies, and now I'm watching the series. Season 2 just started 2 days ago. So.
I tried to watch some of it. It was okay. I like it.
I like it so far. Yeah.
And again, our context is about the past. Is it rooted more in the past? Is it modern ideas? Is it playing with the connection between the past and the present?
Yeah, a little bit, because I mean they do tie in characters and references from the movies, especially for the first few movies, and then and then bringing it to the present day. It's almost kind of weird because Chucky is he's still Chucky. He's still the Chucky that we all know and love, but he's talking a lot about social media, and he's using phones to now mess with his...
Does Chucky ever get nice? Is there ever a Chucky movie just about he took the wrong drug and he's happy for a year? That Chucky movie's been made? Is there ever been a time when Chucky just is happy or goes to, is there... It's like all those series, if they're that long, they fuck with it because they're out of ideas, and I feel like there's got to be something weird. There's got to be something in there that references that.
Like Chucky being happy?
Yeah, does Chucky ever? I mean, he has a girlford in one of the shows,
yeah,
right?
Exactly, yeah.
So is that? I mean, is it playing with that a little bit? He's humanizing him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a little bit.
How does it feel? Is he the same Chucky in the first movie?
No.
So what Chucky is? There's more than one. How did Chucky get to be another Chucky?
Oh, that's a whole thing. I mean, you gotta
Chucky,
kind of watch the series and the movies and such. But they first started playing with multiple Chuckies.
Multiple Chucky.
In the 7th movie, which I think was Cult of Chucky, where we found out that Chucky was able to kind of split into different dolls. Now there's multiple Chuckies.